It is an honor to welcome you to Athens State University. I am President Philip Way, and we are so proud to have you join us for the commencement convocation today. The ritual of commencement in higher education goes back 1,000 years and has been celebrated at this university for 200 years. Commencement is an important ritual in higher education, and it connects us with the rich heritage of the past while also opening up the horizons of our future. The traditions and the regalia associated with academic ceremonies had their origins in the Middle Ages. Because most medieval scholars were also clerics, distinctive features of the dress were associated with both church and university. In the late 19th century, American universities formed a commission that prepared a code for academic regalia. That code has been updated and is used today by most colleges and universities. Academic dress consists of a robe, cap, and hood, which indicate the degree held by the wearer and the college or university that awarded that degree. The official presidential robe is a Jefferson doctoral blue robe with cording and engraved seals of gold. This robe was first used at the 2009 presidential inauguration and is to be passed on to each succeeding president for commencement and other academic events. In addition, the presidential chain of office, or medallion, was created to symbolize the great responsibilities of the office of the president and the continuity of that position as the chain and medallion pass from one president on to the next. At the forefront of the platform party's procession, you will see a mace bearer. The mace bearer is a member of the faculty who carries the mace before the president on all ceremonial occasions over which the president presides. It is a symbol of the fact that the president represents the tradition of the university and that in the president is vested the authority and good name of the university. The ceremonial mace of Athens State University has been designed to pay tribute to the rich history of the university. The 4 panels of the bronze cap mark distinct periods of our cultural and educational progress. The first panel of the bronze cap points to the agrarian nature of our Alabama natives and their basic diet of corn, beans, and squash as primary staples. In the second panel, the male and female symbols celebrate the beginning of coeducation in 1931, and the Methodist symbols of flame, cross, and oil lamp recall the Methodist sponsorship of the college, which had begun just 2 decades after its founding. The third panel marks the 1975 change of sponsorship from Methodist Church to State of Alabama. The fourth panel represents the August 1998 name change from Athens State College to Athens State University. These traditions, as well as your presence here today, represent the ties that our students have to their past and connects today's graduates to who they are now. Today we celebrate them and look forward to see where they are going next. At this time, please stand, if you're able, for the procession of our graduates.
Please remain standing if you are able for the invocation given by Dr. Mark Gale, Assistant Professor of Instructional Design. The invocation will be followed by the national anthem led by Mr. Darrell Johnson.
Hello, family, friends, colleagues, and graduates. I always enjoy doing the invocation, especially during the spring. Being at College of Ed, we're coming out of a season where we celebrate one of the greatest teachers that's ever been known. This year, though, we ended up doing a study on who they thought he should have been, which was David, a boy that as a preteen teenager had to go out to his dad's flocks. He had to fight off lions, brigands, bears. He had to have been thinking, why am I here? What is this for? Who would have known that it would build up into one of the biggest battles ever that we still talk about today when the underdog goes up against the big dog? Well, you guys have gone through your trials too. You had those classes that seemed ridiculously hard. You've had those tests you wish you had 1 extra hour to study for, and those projects that you had no idea how you would get it into that busy schedule. But you've come out victorious. And just like David stood in front of that field to the cheers of his colleagues, you guys will have the stage here in a second, and you'll hear the cheers too. We're proud of you. Good job. Congratulations.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
You may be seated. And at this time, I ask that you please silence all phones and other electronic devices. We also have realized that there was an issue with the printing of the program for this ceremony. The full program will be mailed to all of our graduates along with their diploma, and we do apologize for the inconvenience. But let me say welcome. Welcome to you all, our honored guests, friends, family, faculty, staff, and graduates to Athens State University's Spring Commencement. I am Dr. Catherine Welberg, Vice President for Academic Affairs and Provost here at our university. We are clearly here today to celebrate the accomplishments of these graduates seated in front of me this afternoon. You are the reason that we can celebrate the transformative power of education. Congratulations on achieving this important milestone. Along with our congratulations here today, we have someone else who wants to extend her congratulations and best wishes to you all on this very special day.
Congratulations, graduates of Athens State University. You did it. You've accomplished a major milestone that simply cannot be overlooked. As recent events in our state have shown, resilience is a necessary skill, one that each of you have greatly displayed while earning your respective degrees. As you all prepare to take the next step in life, remember your roots. Think of your experience here and what the school has meant to you to this point, your challenges, the support of your family, the encouraging spirit of your teachers, and your ultimate accomplishment culminating here today. And then go forth and succeed. I'd be remiss if I didn't take this opportunity to ask you to pursue your careers here in Alabama. There are currently more jobs available than folks to fill them, which means we want you to prosper in Sweet Home, Alabama. Each of you has the potential to do great things and to make positive change within the world. May God continue to bless each of you and the great state of Alabama.
Along with our governor, there are many here who share your joy on this special day and who were there to support you on your journey. Your mothers and fathers, grandparents, spouses, children, brothers, sisters, and friends. If you are one of those who has supported and shared the journey with one of our graduates, please stand now so that we can show you our appreciation. It is also my privilege to acknowledge other men and women, the faculty and staff of Athens State University who have taught, encouraged, challenged, consoled, prodded, and otherwise walked with you on this journey. They have modeled good scholarship for you. They have shown you the world through their disciplines, and now they are here to celebrate your success. If you are a member of the Athens State University faculty or staff, please stand, and I invite you graduates to join me in thanking them for their efforts in leading you to this wonderful day. To continue making this day such a special occasion, we are joined by several individuals from the university who are helping us during this ceremony. Please stand as I recognize you and hold your applause until all are recognized. Today's commencement marshal is Dr. Elizabeth Pruitt, Assistant Professor of Early Childhood Education. Serving as faculty marshal is Dr. Tina Sloan, Professor of Elementary Education. And our mace bearer is Dr. Bridget Walker, Associate Professor of Career and Technical Education. Please join me in thanking them. It is now my pleasure to introduce you to the people who are sitting on the platform today. Please hold your applause until all have been recognized. Dr. Philip Way, 37th President of Athens State University. Dr. Mark Gale, Invocator. Dr. Lee Vartanian, Dean, College of Education. State Representative Anthony Daniels, our speaker. And Mr. Darrell Johnson, our vocalist. And at this time, I am very privileged to present to you the President of Athens State University, Dr. Philip Way.
Greetings. It is a great day at Athens State University and a great day for our graduates. Congratulations. I am very honored to share in today's celebrations. Many of you may not know this, but our university is one of only 2 public upper division universities currently in operation in the United States. Many of our students are non-traditional in that over half of them are over 25 years of age, and while attending school, hold down a full-time job and have family obligations. Another attribute that many of our students have in common is that they are first-generation college students. In other words, the first in their immediate family to attend college. I would like for everyone in this assembly who is or was a first-generation college student to please stand and be recognized. Wow. That's very impressive. Okay, you will notice that several of our graduates are wearing different colored cords with their commencement regalia. These cords represent membership in particular honor societies at the university. Also, you will notice some of the graduates are wearing red, white, and blue honor cords. Would you please stand if you are wearing a red, white, and blue honor cord? This graduate is a veteran or currently on active duty status. Please help me thank her for her sacrifice and service to our country. Thank you. I would also like to ask members of the audience to stand and be recognized if you are a veteran or currently on active duty status. Thank you for your service. I would now like to recognize those students who are graduating today with honors. And there are three kinds of honors. First of all, to graduate cum laude, that means with honors, a student must have a 3.5 to a 3.69 grade point average. Would those students graduating cum laude please stand to be recognized? Second, to graduate magna cum laude with high honors, a student must have a 3.7 to a 3.89 grade point average. Would those students graduating magna cum laude please stand to be recognized? And finally, to graduate summa cum laude, that means with highest honors, a student must have a 3.9 to a 4.0 grade point average. Would those students graduating summa cum laude please stand to be recognized? We have a lot of excellent students in the College of Education, as you can tell. Let's turn to the commencement speaker. Today's speaker earned a bachelor's degree in elementary education from Alabama A&M University and a master's degree in special education also from Alabama A&M University. In 2006, he was elected chairman of the National Education Association, you may know it better as NEA, student program, where he represented more than 62,000 college students on more than 1,100 campuses nationwide. Working out of the NEA headquarters in Washington, D.C., his leadership and collaboration with myriad organizations fostered the passage of the College Cost and Reduction Act of 2007, which was signed into law by President George W. Bush. He is recognized as a leading voice on the issues of college access and affordability, and he continues to advocate for a quality education for all as a public servant and as a former elementary school teacher. He has served on Huntsville Mayor Tommy Battle's Economic Sustainability Council, Green 13, and served as chair of the Legislative Committee for the Huntsville Education Association, the State Board of Directors for the Alabama Education Association, and on the Advisory Committee for First Book North Alabama, a nonprofit organization that provides new books to low-income children. In May 2009, he released his first book, To Sweeten Alabama, a story of a young man defying the odds. He currently represents the 53rd District in the Alabama State House of Representatives. Students, honored guests, family, friends, please welcome your commencement speaker, Representative Anthony Daniels.
Thank you, Dr. Way. Good evening. Good evening. All right, that's much better. It's certainly an honor to be here. Certainly appreciate the leadership of Dr. Way and First Lady Way for their leadership of this fine institution. Also like to acknowledge my friend who is not present today for the invitation. Thank him for the invitation, Keith Ferguson, who's a close friend of mine and someone that I have a lot of respect for. Also like to acknowledge Dr. V for the work that he's doing to lead the College of Education and all the programs that you guys are doing here at Athens State. But a special recognition goes to a couple of people here. My former professor and mentor, Dr. Darlene Turner-White, who is a longtime friend and someone that prepared me to be an educator at Alabama A&M University, so certainly appreciate you. And my wonderful family who's here. My son is asleep right now, which is a good thing. My wife, Dr. Tanisha Daniels, my daughter Abigail, and my son, Sleepy Anthony. I also a member an advocate for this particular area, who's also a good friend of mine, Senator Arthur Orr, who is a staunch advocate for this institution and this particular region, and the entire Board of Trustees, and all the faculty and staff and students that make this great institution what it is. I'll begin with a brief story before I begin my remarks. There was a man that flew in from Washington, D.C. to Huntsville, Alabama. And he flew into Huntsville, Alabama to give a speech. And so he decided to stay downtown Huntsville because his speech was close by the hotel. He was told it was approximately 10 to 15 minutes away from his hotel. So he decided to walk. And 30 minutes went by and he was still walking and he could not find where he was going to speak. And so he ran across 3 young people playing on the sidewalk. And he stopped them and he said, "Can you help me? I am trying to find City Hall." And the young man said that you're only about 2 blocks away and proceeded to give him directions. The other young man that was with them, the 3 young men, said that, "What are you going to City Hall for?" And the man said enthusiastically, "You should come with me. You could be my special guest. They would enjoy it. I'm going to City Hall to give a sermon on how to get to heaven." And so the other young man that had his head down the entire time looked up with a glimmer in his eye, and he said, "Are you kidding me? You can't even get to City Hall. How are you going to tell somebody how to get to heaven?" So I want to thank you again for the invitation. Today we celebrate, congratulate, and uplift the 2020 graduates of Athens State University. Today I stand here profoundly humble and deeply honored to have the opportunity to speak to you at your commencement, for today is also a historic day as we recognize and proudly commemorate the bicentennial of Athens State University. Since being founded in 1822, this great institution have persevered through unimaginable changes in our world. It has persevered through multiple wars, through economic turmoil, through global pandemics, and through intense transformations in our culture and of our society. But yet, this historic institution has always found its way to thrive in an era marked by epic innovation and exponential proliferation of exciting new technologies that were once literally the stuff of fancy and the science fiction dreams. Much like the ancient namesake of ancient Greece, Athens, Greece, this institution, Cherished University, is a testament of the immense power of perseverance, tempered by adversity, forged by noble purpose, and ultimately triumphed as evidenced by your well-earned and hard-fought achievement. Especially in the context of this historic occasion, the power of perseverance should not be conflated or confused with the ideal of persistence. whereas persistence may be understood as a description of one's continual effort despite stubborn obstacles and unforeseen challenges. Perseverance has been more significant meaning. Perseverance is an explicit result of successful persistence. It is the persistence that culminates in observable and earned achievements. I make this distinction because today you did much more than simply persist. You persevered, and the degree you will be earning is a symbol of your achievement. Although much has been said about the power of perseverance, I remember when I read a quote from our nation's sixth president, John Adams, when he said that patience and perseverance have a magical effect before which difficulties disappear and obstacles vanish. But yet all the patience and perseverance that we are talking about today is meaningless if it's untethered to a worthy goal, or left aimlessly to wander without clear purpose and direction. Sometimes we choose to persist rather than perseverance because we succumb to our doubts and our fears. We think that the goal is too large for us to achieve and the obstacles are too daunting or overwhelming, but it's simply unachievable. It's just a pipe dream. But it reminds me of when I grew up in small town Midway, Alabama. And I remember my fifth grade teacher, Ms. Henderson, who the first person to teach me that the sky isn't the limit. She taught me about dreams without boundaries and built on my success, and to persevere with deliberate and focused purpose. You know, today is particularly an honor for me, a young man one generation removed from being born on a plantation in the land of former Governor Wallace, the place of Jim Crow and the home of the dog trials, Midway, Alabama. My presence here today would have been unlikely because I'm the descendant of a grandfather who was born into a family of sharecroppers, picking cotton in a large field on this plantation, but he only attained a fourth grade education. His entire life he lived from hand to mouth. My grandfather attended school in a one-room schoolhouse. I'm the descendant of a grandmother who was born into the same plantation as sharecroppers, who had to walk several miles down a dirt road in order to get to school, who grew up taking care of the house, who only attained a fourth grade education. My mother, the second oldest of 9 children, was born into the same plantation. But my grandparents wanted better for her life. They wanted a life of progression and prosperity, a vision unseen in their lifetime. You know, it wasn't until 1978, 4 years before I was born, that my grandparents were able to move in a nearby community to make those dreams come to fruition. They envisioned my mother getting married, living a decent life, gaining decent employment that the entire family could be proud of. Just like many young people today, I too believed that athletics was my ticket out of my community to the rest of the world, until that reality was taken away at my junior year of high school when I tore my ACL. I was ranked among the top in the country, was headed to Auburn University to play basketball. And when I tore my ACL, that dream became in the rearview mirror. So at that particular time, I had to refocus. And it was a mentor, a teacher at Bullitt County High School that told me about how I could give back to my community and to the rest of the world. And that's when I decided to major in elementary education. In elementary education, you have to be a very strong soul, a very special person. But I'll tell you that my experience in teaching third grade and student teaching in kindergarten, and literally wearing a suit every day, student teaching in kindergarten, it taught me a whole lot about life and the obstacles along the way. But all of the settings that I taught in, from teaching third grade at a public magnet school at ASFL in the city of Huntsville, to teaching fourth grade at University Place Elementary in Huntsville, or teaching on an Indian reservation between Albuquerque and Santa Fe, New Mexico. My experiences were the same, but I knew that as an educator, I can make a difference in the lives of those that I was teaching but as a policymaker, I can have a better impact on education for long term. So it was the experience as chairman of the National Education Association and being an advocate for education and student loans. You know, leaving undergraduate with $58,000 in student loan debt, I was still trying to figure out how I was going to be able to make a decent living as an educator. And at that particular time, I worked with the Bush administration and Senator late Ted Kennedy and others on both sides of the aisle to work on legislation and policy that allows individuals that go into public service careers like teaching and healthcare to be able to get loan forgiveness. Yes, I know that teaching and educators are not going in it for the money, but we need to make certain that they are rewarded in some capacity and show our appreciation, which is why we focus on this particular piece of legislation. So it was that piece of legislation that sparked my interest in politics and policy very early on at the age of 23. And so when I was elected to the House of Representatives in 2014, I prayed about running for office, or whether or not I should run for office. But I thought about the impact that that piece of legislation had on people, millions of people across the country and generations to come. And so I said that, yes, I can make a difference in the lives of a few children a year and have an impact, but as a policymaker, I can make a difference for a lifetime. And so that's what sparked my interest into education and policy. And so for me, I would say that as I'm here today, I know that my story is no different than the stories that are in this room that makes up the great fiber of this community in the state of Alabama. But everybody has a story. I remember reading an article a few days ago about a young man that's in your graduating class, Mr. Coleman, where it talked about his dream of going and playing professional football and how that particular experience and not being able to realize that dream forced him to come to Athens State University to get a degree in education so that he can give back to his community, but also give him an opportunity to go and be a coach and make a difference in the lives of young people all across this country. Those are the type of stories that you get when you see young people like me or young people like Mr. Coleman, who just try to make a difference. And each graduate in this particular room, I know that all of you are looking forward to getting on the front lines in those classrooms and making a difference in the lives of those that are sitting in front of you, regardless of the community or background that the children come from. And so it's our job as policymakers to continue to make a difference in opening the doors of opportunities and making the working conditions and other things better so that you can stay in the teaching profession. And so for me, we were able to work on some significant pieces of legislation this last year. We passed the largest budget in Alabama history of $8 billion. And what that did was it provided teacher raises, 4% teacher raise for every educator. But the other piece that we worked on was we added auxiliary teachers in classrooms up to the 3rd grade. That means that in many of your classrooms, when you go in, especially in the elementary teachers, you will have a second teacher in your classroom in many of the districts across the state of Alabama. We realized that classroom size has an impact. And we want this particular profession to remain noble and valued by all people. And so I just want to thank each and every one of you for what you're making the sacrifice to go into public service. You may not be serving in a political position to serve the public, but you're serving the public by going into education. And these are the things that we're proud of. And I know that sometimes it gets difficult when you're reading stories about the treatment and the conditions that exist within those classroom walls. But I will tell you that you remember what Marianne Williamson said when she said that our deepest fear is not that we're inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we're powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. And if you still feel down and you can't go anymore, and you want to leave the profession, remember this. What Fannie Lou Hamer said when she said, the things that I'm saying to you may have no impact on you, but I'm going to keep saying and saying until it drives you crazy too. And in closing, remember this. When things go wrong, and they sometimes will, when the road you're trudging seems all uphill, when the funds are low and the debts are high, and you want to smile but you have to sigh, when care is pressing you down a bit, class of 2022, rest if you must, but doggone it, don't you quit. Thank you, and God bless you, and congratulations.
Thank you, Representative Daniels, for your words of inspiration and encouragement. We appreciate that very much. It is now my pleasure to welcome Dean Vartanian to the podium as we are coming to the part of today's ceremony that we have all been waiting for.
Would the candidates for the Master of Education please stand? Dr. Way, the candidates who stand before you today and whose names will be called have met all the requirements necessary to receive the degree of Master of Education. On behalf of the faculty, I recommend their degree be conferred.
By the authority granted me by the state of Alabama and the Athens State University Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon you the degree Master of Education with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereto. You may move your tassels to the left-hand side. Graduates, please be seated for a moment.
Now, graduates, I need to give you a few more instructions before we proceed. The marshal will signal for you to stand and will lead you to the stage. You will give your card to me and present your hood to Dr. Vartanian. Dr. Vartanian will then place the hood over your commencement robe, and the photographer will take your picture. Then you will join the president to accept your diploma and smile again for the photographer. Afterward, you will exit the stage and you will be photographed again in the corner to my right. And then please proceed back to your seat. Graduate Honor Marshal, please bring the master's degree candidates to the stage. Deshonda Lachey Bailey. Keisha Miranda Forehand. Catherine Sullivan Gallagher. Gina Rodden. Randy Taylor Stultz. And now I welcome Dean Vartanian back to the podium.
Would the candidates for bachelor's degrees please stand? Dr. Way, the candidates who stand before you today and whose names will be called have met all the requirements necessary to receive the degree Bachelor of Science in Education. On behalf of the faculty, I recommend their degree be conferred.
By the authority granted me by the state of Alabama and the Athens State University Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon you the degree Bachelor of Science in Education with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereto. You may move your tassels to the left-hand side. Please be seated for a moment.
Graduates, here are your instructions. The honor marshal will signal for your row to stand and will lead you to the stage one row at a time. You will give your card to me, acknowledge your dean, and then you will join the president to accept your diploma and smile for the photographer. Afterwards, you will exit the stage where you will be photographed again in the corner to my right. And then please proceed back to your seat. Will the honor marshal please bring forward the first row of newly recognized graduates from the College of Education to receive their diplomas. Ashley Marie Adams, cum laude. Lily Grace Anderson, summa cum laude. Brittany M. Arrington, cum laude. Sarah E. Baker, magna cum laude. Tiffany Alexandria Baldwin, magna cum laude. Alexis Cheyenne Barker, cum laude. Jonathan Chase Batchelor, summa cum laude. Alexis Keona Bellman. Carmen M. Bias. Skylar Rain Birdyshaw, magna cum laude. Whitney White Bowers, summa cum laude. Joan Elizabeth Brunson. Meredith Ann Calvert, summa cum laude. Harley Godwin Cambron. Rachel Sellers Campbell. Hannah Allison Casey, summa cum laude. Jada Smith Chandler, magna cum laude. Savannah Renee Kofer, cum laude. Erica Brooke Colburn, cum laude. Amber Lachey Colquitt, magna cum laude. Kevon Dantes Coman, magna cum laude. Hannah Estelle Crane, summa cum laude. Emily Robin Creel, summa cum laude. Kimberly Marie Kreider, cum laude. Shenda Michelle Cups, summa cum laude. China Paige Dalton, cum laude. Brooke Nicole DeLeon, magna cum laude. Brandon Carl Farley, cum laude. Allison Lynn Fielder. Georgia Taylor Flowers. Haley Funkhauser, magna cum laude. Caitlin Michelle Gargus. Savannah Kylea Gillum, magna cum laude. Hannah Morgan Grant, summa cum laude. Kelsey Ray Green, summa cum laude. Hannah Marie Green, summa cum laude. Alexandra Marie Guffey, summa cum laude. Crystal Ann Gully, summa cum laude. Connor Harrison Hall, cum laude. Jacob Colby Harris, summa cum laude. Amberly Nicole Key Hatcher, cum laude. Victoria Cohen Hayes, summa cum laude. Christian S. Hespy, summa cum laude. Roseanne Hogan, cum laude. Emma Carol Holder, magna cum laude. Anna Paige Holly, magna cum laude. Haley Deanna Holmes, magna cum laude. Briley Naranan Horton, magna cum laude. Susan Lee Irvin. Todd Heil Jackson, summa cum laude. Kaylee Summer Jean, summa cum laude. Carla Smith Jenkins, magna cum laude. Megan Miller Jones, cum laude. Shelby Mackenzie Keene, summa cum laude. Caleb Bryant Kirby, cum laude. Terry Lynn Killian, summa cum laude. Megan Brooke Lewis, magna cum laude. Lisa A. Littleton, cum laude. Jessica Lee Mays, summa cum laude. Donna Renee McClure, summa cum laude. Stacy Diane McDaniel, summa cum laude. Autumn S. McGee, magna cum laude. Caitlin Page McKissick. Ashlyn McDonald Mears, summa cum laude. Haley Madison Moore, cum laude. Sarah Morris, magna cum laude. Willa Lee Murner. Erica Marie Nall, cum laude. Emily Carolyn Nelson, magna cum laude. Anna Marie Peebles, magna cum laude. Anna Carol Pearsall, summa cum laude. Heather Marie Pierce, summa cum laude. Chelsea Swindle Puckett, magna cum laude. Stormy Allison Rasco, summa cum laude. Jessica M. Reinagel. Margaret Jane Voss Richards, summa cum laude. Yolanda Rochelle Riley. Kelsey Alyssa Robinson, summa cum laude. Corabeth Schmidt Rouse, summa cum laude. Madison Brianna Rouse, summa cum laude. Heather Elizabeth Saint, cum laude. Peyton Elizabeth Sanford, summa cum laude. Tracy Dawn Scherer, magna cum laude. Abby Reese Sykes. Hannah Michelle Sims, cum laude. Angela C. Smith, cum laude. Jerica Grace Sneed, magna cum laude. Bailey Nicole Sutherland, summa cum laude. Tiffany Hannah Staten, magna cum laude. Tyler Austin Stevens, summa cum laude. Addison Tucker Stevens, cum laude. Lauren Gabrielle Tate, cum laude. Isaac Micaiah Taylor, cum laude. Adriana Rose Wilbanks, summa cum laude. Lee Irvin Williams, summa cum laude. Emily Bishop York. Megan Dawn Zuck, magna cum laude.
Let's give our newly minted graduates one more round of applause. Thank you. Well, I have a few more comments before we dismiss. So, first of all, let me say that all our students contribute to the growth and success of this university, and we hope you are as proud of us as we are of you. We can't let you leave totally, And so you're going to receive a free one-year membership in the Alumni Association. And we truly hope that you will use this membership to stay connected to the university and all the great things that are continually happening here. And first, after this ceremony, I invite you all to join us in the courtyard behind Founders Hall to welcome the newest members of the association, you. There will be opportunities for pictures in the library and anywhere else on our beautiful historic campus. And then on Friday, July the 29th, the university will host its annual homecoming event here in Carter Gym as we celebrate our 200th anniversary. We encourage you to join us for this celebration and use this opportunity to reconnect with the university and your fellow alums. Information regarding all campus events is posted on the university website. Following the benediction, I would ask the audience to remain at their seats until all the platform party, faculty, and graduates have recessed from the gym, and you may then follow them to the reception. Graduates, please stand. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the class of 2022 for the College of Education. Please would everyone who is able stand and join in singing the Alma Mater. It's printed on the back of the program and on the screens, led by Mr. Darrell Johnson, and remain standing for the benediction, led by Dr. Gale.
On Alabama's northern border, reared against the sky, proudly stands our alma mater as the years roll by. Alma mater, alma mater, conquer and prevail. Hail to thee, our alma mater, Athens State, all hail. Through the years we've learned to love you, and we sing your praise for the pleasures you have shown us through our college days. Onward ever be our watchword, may we never fail. Hail to thee, our alma mater, Athens State, all hail.
All right, so David and Goliath was one chapter where the man had many books written about him. And there were ups and there were downs, there were the wins and the losses. But his mighty men were always there for him, and God was always with him. You inevitably will hit your ups and downs, your wins, your losses. But look around the room, and they are always here with you, and God is with you. So as you go forward on the journey and they write your books, make sure you make them proud. Congratulations again.